Hello everyone, this is Preeti Mishra. Once again, I am here with the second part of chapter sets of class 11th. So today we will cover types of sets, subsets, intervals, power set, universal set, and at last pop quiz in this video. So let's start. Types of sets. We are having 6 types of sets. So first of all, I would like to tell you name of all these 6 sets. So first one is empty or null or void set, singleton set, then finite set. Fourth one is infinite set, equivalent set, and equal set. Now let's find out what is the meaning of all these sets. So empty set, as its name is saying us that this set is having no element, means this set remains empty. So empty set has no element. Singleton set, a set having single element or one element only is known as a singleton set. Finite set, a set containing countable number of elements is known as finite set. Infinite set, a set having uncountable number of elements, that is known as infinite set. Means if we are not able to count all the numbers of a set, then we will say this set is infinite set. Equivalent set, two sets are said to be equivalent set if they are having same cardinal number. Cardinal number means same number of elements in two sets. Means as if a set is having 5 elements and another set is also having 5 elements, then we will say these two sets are equivalent sets. And equal set means two sets or more sets having exactly same elements are known as equal sets. Now let's have examples for these sets. So empty set, if I ask you to write down a set of cats with 6 legs, are you able to write down even a single element for such type of set? No, because we can't find any cat with 6 legs. So this set will be empty set, and we denote empty set with curly braces only or with the symbol phi only. Another example I can give you, if you have to write down set of aliens in India, so set of aliens in India will remain empty. So we will write it like this. Now singleton set, if we have to frame a set of 2 digits smallest number, so 2 digits smallest number, we can have only a single number, which is 10. So 10 within curly braces, this is the singleton set here, and this is an example of singleton set. Another example, if I ask you to frame a set of those planets which are life bearing, so you are able to write down only single name there, which is Earth. Only life is existing on Earth only. That's why it will be a singleton set. Now come to finite set. For this, I can say set of Indian cricket team. We are having 11 players. We can write down 11 names there. So it will be a finite set. Another, if I write 1 2 3 4 means 4 elements within curly braces, so this is an example of finite set. Set of all students of your school, this is a countable number, so it represents a finite set. Clear? Now next one is infinite set. Means if we are not able to count the number of elements in a set. So if I ask you to write down a set of cats in India, you can't count all the cats in India. That's why this is an infinite set. The set of natural numbers 1 2 3 up to infinity, it goes up to infinity. That's why set of natural numbers, set of real numbers, set of irrational numbers, all these numbers set are infinite sets. If I ask you to write down a set of all trees in India, then it will be an infinite set, because we can't count all the trees in India. So all these are infinite sets. Now equivalent set, here you can see I have written 1 2 3 within braces. This is first set, and another set is containing elements ABC, but both the sets are having same number of elements, means both are having same cardinal number. So these are the equivalent set. Means only cardinal number here matters, the type of elements doesn't matter here. So these two are equivalent sets here. Equal sets means all the elements should be exactly same. So here you can see two sets are here 1, 2, 3, and another set is having 2, 3, 1. These two sets are having same number of and same exactly same elements. So these two are equal sets. Next topic is subsets. What are subsets? So to introduce this topic, I have framed here a set of family of one of my students. So in his family, there are grandfather, grandmother, mom, dad, son, and daughter. Total 6 members he is having in his family. So I am saying this set as origin set. From this set, I can frame 3 different sets. See how. First, I can frame set of grandparents from this family set. The elements which will come here will be grandfather and grandmother only. Mom, dad can't come in this set, right? Second set, I can write set of parents. Here only mom and mom and dad will come here in this category. So this is a set of parents from this family set. Then set of kids. Here you can have only 2 elements, son and daughter. Here mom and dad, grandfather, grandmother can't come in this set, right? So these 2 sets are coming from this origin set. That's why these 3 sets are known as subsets for this family set. Subset number 1, subset 2, and subset 3. So what definition we can write for subset? Means a set B is said to be a subset of set A if every element of B is an element of A. Here you can see from the subsets, each and every element belongs to the origin set. This is the definition here. A set B is said to be a subset of set A if every element of B is an element of A. So in other sense, if I explain you, suppose I am having a set A having these elements A, G, E, F, I up to S, and B a set having elements A, E, I, O, U, means all the vowels in this. And you can see all these 5 elements are present in the set A. That's why I can say B is a subset of A. And if A means element A is belonging to B, this is indicating, this is implying that A is belonging to the set capital A itself, right? So here all these subsets and this origin set is known as a superset, and all these subsets are known as proper subset. Proper subset because these sets are having less number of elements from this superset. That's why these are known as proper subset. We are having improper subset also. I will explain you in next slide. So let's come to next topic, which is intervals. Intervals. What are intervals? Actually, an interval is a range of number between 2 given numbers, which includes all real number between those 2 numbers. We are having 4 types of intervals: open interval, closed interval, semi-closed interval, and semi-open interval. This is open interval, which is written between round brackets, and this is closed interval within square bracket. And when we are having mixed type of brackets, then these are known as semi-closed and semi-open on the basis of which braces is coming at first, right? So here it means first one, open interval is saying that it is excluding A and B. Means when we study about this interval, it is understood that we are not considering A and B. We will consider only the elements in between A and B. And for closed interval, we will consider element in between A and B as well as A and B also, means including A and B. For semi-closed interval, we are including A but excluding B. For semi-open interval, we are excluding A and including B. And in the terms of set builder form, we can write these sets like this: X belongs to R such that X is lying in between A and B. For closed interval x belongs to R such that x is lying in between and containing A and B also. So this is the representation, and in the same way for semi-closed and for semi-open interval, right? So intervals are bounded set of numbers basically. As you can see here, these are the bounded set of numbers. Now, what is the length of any interval? For any interval, either it is open interval, closed, or semi-closed, or semi-open, its length can be calculated just by finding out b minus a. For an example, you can see here 3, 7 is an interval. Then 7 minus 3 is equals to 4. 4 is the length of this interval 3, 7, right? So now next we are having few important results of subsets. Every set is a subset of itself. Every set is a subset of itself because two equal sets represent as a subset of each other. Okay, that's why every set can be said a subset of itself. Then empty set is a subset of every set. Yes, because we are not able to find out any element there in empty set on the basis of which we can say this is not a subset of a particular set. That's why we can say empty set is a subset of every set, and these two sets are known as improper subsets, right? Improper subsets for all the sets. Next topic is power set. What is a power set? This is a collection or family of all subsets of a set A is called the power set of A, and it is denoted by the symbol P of A. So means we have to write down all the subsets of any set, it will give us power set. Suppose if we are having a set A having elements X, Y, Z, so we can write its subsets like this: indivisible but one element, then the pair of two elements will give us subset, and the set itself, and empty set. So you can see here we are having total 8 subsets for this set A, and we can write all these subsets as an element within braces, then it will give us power set for set A. This is the power set, and the number of elements in the power set, that is cardinal number of PA, n of PA will be 2 to the power n, because total number of subsets of a finite set containing n elements is equals to 2 to the power n. This can be proved with the help of binomial theorem, right? That's why we are having here 2 to the power m number of elements in the power set. You can check it here easily. See here we are having 3 elements in set A and 8 elements in 8 subsets for the set A. So 2 to the power 3 is equals to 8, right? So here you are having 8 subsets. Proof is here in this example, right? Now, next, universal set. What is universal set? A set that contains all sets in a given context is called the universal set. Means in a particular context in which we are talking or working is known as a universal set in that particular context, right? Like if we are studying two-dimensional coordinate geometry, then the set of all points in XY plane is the universal set for that study, right? Next one, if we are studying natural numbers, then set of natural numbers n is the universal set in that reference. And if we are having two sets like A 1, 2, 3 and B 1, A, B, C 2, then the universal set for these two sets means in the reference of these two sets we can frame like this: U is equals to 1, 2, 3 ABC, means all the elements in this set U are representing like a universal set for these two sets. I hope it is clear to all of you. Now let's have pop quiz. Get ready. So first question is if a set A has 3 elements, then find the number of elements in power set of set A. How many elements you will have? Very simple question. Find out it. Done. So answer is 8, because 2 to the power 3 is equals to 8. Next question is if A is equals to 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 and B is equals to 4, 7, 2, 1, 9, is the set B a subset of set A? is set B a subset of set A? Yes, find out it. The answer is no, because all the elements which are present in set B are not belonging to set A. That's why it is not a subset. Next question is, if A is equals to 5, then N of PA is equals to what? Means number of elements in the power set of A. You have to find out. Yes, do it. Answer is 1, because we can write the element phi here as an element in power set. So we will have answer 1. Next question is, arrange the sets of natural numbers, integers, rational numbers, and real number with the subset notation. Means which is a subset of which one set? Yes, do it. Yes, answer is N is a subset of Z, and Z is a subset of Q, and Q is a subset of R. Means R is the superset and N is the subset, lowest subset, right? Now, next question is, if A is equals to X such that X belongs to Z and X is greater than minus 10, find set A is finite or infinite. Yes, this is an important kind of question. Find out. The answer is infinite, because it is containing X is greater than minus 10, means it is will go up to infinity. So it is an infinite set. So thank you everyone for connecting with me. That's all for this video. See you soon in next video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.